Remember that time you heard that creepy story about Disney World?
Nobody is safe tonight on this episode of Are You Afraid of Walt Disney World?
We're getting to the part of this episode that I get really excited about.
This is the part of the episode where I realize that I'm at home by myself, filming by myself. It's getting really dark all around me. And now we're about to talk about ghosts.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know when it started, but I've always been intrigued by the idea of ghosts.
I find ghosts to be incredibly scary. I don't know if I believe in them, truly, but if I do, they're scary.
So Caesar is the ventriloquist dummy that is featured in Tower of Terror when you exit from the elevator.
He's in an episode of The Twilight Zone. It's scary. Things happen with the doll. It comes to life, and I think there's probably murder involved, but you never know with Twilight Zone. Sometimes they just make you sit in a room, for the whole episode.
He is very creepy on the show. Don't like him. Don't like his vibe. Don't like his face. Don't tell him I said this, but I'm just being honest with you guys. Not a fan of Caesar.
They say he's haunted. The cast members say that Caesar is absolutely 100% haunted.
I do believe he's haunted. I'm so scared of ventriloquist dummy dolls. I don't know why. It's like a thing. I just am scared of him. Yes, he's haunted. No questions, no further debate.
If anything at Disney is haunted, it's probably Caesar.
The next on our ghostly list is Pirate George.
I mean, I think this is probably the most fun Disney ghost story. It's about, there's a pirate, not a real pirate. There's a welder, which is like a pirate.
Pirate George is the ghost, maybe, that haunts the Pirates of the Caribbean ride over in Magic Kingdom.
Good night, George. This one is interesting. And this is, we're getting paranormal here if we're going to talk about Pirate George.
Back in the 70s, before Disney World opened, it was rumored that a cast member named George was working on the attraction and he died while working on it.
The cast members still hear him walk. They can hear his footsteps. They get calls from the empty control room. Their phones will ring.
That's scary, y'all. Like that's scary because spirits and ghosts are real, y'all. That stuff is real, okay? It's real, okay? And I personally don't like to play with that stuff.
The main part the main area of the ride that people have said they've seen him is in the burning town scene.
At the start of each day, the cast members, when they first walk into the building, they have to say, "Good morning, George." And when they leave, they also say, "Good night, George." And if they don't,
then the ride will break down or malfunction during the day. So if you're trying to get on that ride and it's not working, it might just be because they didn't pay their respects to George at the beginning of the day.
Whether you believe that or not is up to you. I believe it.
So the Nanny chairs are located at the Boardwalk Inn, and you'll find them over by the fireplace. They are horrific looking little figures.
They all have names. Sometimes you'll find them in the lobby. Sometimes you'll find them different places throughout the hotel.
And they're chairs that either nannies used to sit in. I kind of don't believe that. I think they're children's chairs that are designed to look like nannies to maybe, create the illusion that someone is watching the children while the parents are out of the room to hopefully encourage them against misbehaving.
Here's what I think would happen if you sat in a nanny chair. You would sit down. All of a sudden, I feel like they would sprout arms, close you up, and then you're gone forever. Like you belong to the nanny chairs now.
the thing that makes these nanny chairs strange, one, are the look of these chairs. I mean, they are, the smile on these nanny chairs.
Oh, I'm thinking about their faces.
And then they would probably sprout legs, get up and run away with you, still attached.
I don't think Disney should get rid of them. They're kind of bordering on iconic for the Boardwalk Villas now.
It's just a weird structure. I mean, like they're leaned back as if you're actually sitting on these small children. Like what?
I don't think they should get rid of them. I think I'm scared of them, but it's like in a fun way. Like, oh, good to see you guys. You know?
Now we just getting crazy.
Cynthia is the name that Emma and Quincy gave the little doll that sits in the window in Liberty Square. Cynthia actually moves all over the window into different positions, poses.
See, listen, I'm the friend that comes on the trip when we in the woods and we hear a sound. I'm the one that says, okay, let's go to the car.
I'm very scared of her. She is haunted. Yes, I think she's haunted because she moves.
I do not stay. I don't discover. I don't explore. I don't go try to venture off. What's that noise? Let's go look in the dark and find out. No, ma'am.
I love the idea of Cynthia. I want to know more of her origin story. Where did she come from? Why is she in Liberty Square? I need to know more about her backstory before I make a decision if she's haunted or not.
And I'm leaving and I'm finding the nearest church and I'm gonna pray for y'all, cause I'm gonna make it. One thing about me, I'm gonna make it. Ain't no ghost about to kill me and get me.
And whether that's cast members just playing like a really long-winded, not funny anymore to me joke, or if she's really haunted, I don't know. I think she's really haunted. Sometimes she'll be like, and then other times she'll be like,
go explore, okay? Go, oh yes, you see the little doll over there? You wanna play with the doll? Go play with the doll. But guess what? You ain't coming back to my house. You wanna have brunch? I'll meet you at the spot. But we sitting at different tables. Cause I don't know who came home with you.
You know not to shapeshift while we're doing scary episodes.
so what else do we start with but Dinosaur?
Is Dinosaur scary? Yes. Yes, Dinosaur is very scary. I am in my early, but I'm in my 30s, and I consider Dinosaur very scary.
It is the only ride at Disney World that has a warning sign outside because of how scary it is.
The first time that I rode Dinosaur, no one briefed me on what it was going to be. I heard Dinosaur, indoor ride. I assumed it was going to be something like Spaceship Earth.
You go in this queue where you meet a doctor, Dr. Grant Seeker and Felicia Rashad.
I thought it was going to be a nice educational ride, teaching me about the dinosaurs, who they were, the kind of food they ate.
She was just gonna send us on a tour, but then Dr. Seeker comes on up like, nah, we're gonna bring back a real dinosaur and you're gonna do it. And I'm like, but I just wanted a tour. And Dr. Seeker's like, nobody cares what you want, kid. Bring me back an iguanodon.
People are scared of this ride because, first of all, it's very herky and it's very, very jerky.
Theoretically, I would be scared of a dinosaur. Like if one walked into my house right now, I would probably be alarmed. But they're not like a fear of mine. You know what I mean?
Dark. It is in the pitch black. I mean, it's like, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden there's a Carnotaurus trying to eat you.
It is close to you, and I am 6'3". If I reached out, which I won't and I will never do, and no one should, but if I reached out, I feel like it would bite my hand off.
Of this whole list, it is not the scariest. But I do fear that we're about to talk about one that is.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls.
Whenever candle lights flicker where the air is deathly still.
That is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight.
I will not give you the opening. Why would I even memorize that? Why would I learn that? There is no way. Oh no.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
I am your host, your ghost host.
Keep your ghost host, okay? I don't care what coast your ghost host is on the most. I am gonna be burnt like toast if I get on them rides.
Haunted Mansion is like scary in a fun way. It's spooky.
No.
I don't think Haunted Mansion is scary. I think it is a very joyful haunted ride.
No, ma'am.
It's not like I'm gonna roar in your face for 20 minutes. It's like, I know.
No, sir. See, what we're not gonna do is act like y'all don't know how I feel about Haunted Mansion.
I'm terrified of Constance.
She's so scary.
Have you ever been stopped on the Haunted Mansion, and she's there to your left, Constance, the haunted bride.
I've been stuck on it actually a few times. As long as Haunted Mansion is moving, it is not scary.
And she's going, "Till death do us part." And then she like holds up her axe. That's scary, and I've had it happen to me.
Oh, you don't? Check out the first episode. In fact, editor, roll the clip.
You can't have a churro until we ride Star Tours.
All right, now we are going to talk about the attraction that I have a personal vendetta against.
It makes me laugh that It's Tough to Be a Bug is on scary is on the scary rides list.
I do actually think sections of this are very scary in ways that it makes me laugh, like when it's over, but as it's happening, I am genuinely very scared.
If you don't like any sort of bug, or you don't like things touching you where you don't know where they're coming from, this is not the attraction for you.
It's Tough to Be a Bug is an attraction located in Animal Kingdom under the Tree of Life, and it's giving you a bug's eye view about what it's like to be a bug and a lot of the things that bugs endure from us, from humans, but also the things that are cool about bugs as well. And it's a really fun, immersive show. It's a 3D show. It's really kitschy, it's really campy, and all types of things happen when you're in this attraction that I guess people can say are scary, right?
The Hopper animatronic is so intense. It kill them all, and oh, please no. Black Widows, drop your line. Hornets stinging you in the back. It's just a lot. Like, I think it is scary.
The scariest part, no, just the scariest part is at the end when the bugs go underneath you because the bugs gotta leave first. I don't like it. I don't like when something crawls underneath me, whether it be mechanics or not. I am not a fan.
Oh, I don't think they should replace it. I like it. People are so weird about it. I think it's so fun and cool. And
I think you could probably do something with that space, a similar kind of show with like all brand new updated technology for a piece of intellectual property that is probably a little bit more popular than Bug's Life.
I think it would be so fun is if they like re-themed it to like Antonio from Encanto is taking you into his room and he teaches you all about the importance of conservation and animals, and he has like the animals tell their stories, and I just think it would be fun, and they could make it funny, they could make it silly.
No more bugs. Give us capybaras, that's what we want. You know, sometimes they make them look too real, but we know they're not real. It's just close enough, but just far away enough from being real that it's unsettling.
oh, all right, we're going back to the dinosaur. Oh gosh, yes, fine, yes. The Carnotaurus is terrifying.
Everything's pretty alarming in that ride, you know, because it's in the dark and then stuff jumps out at you.
There's meteors crashing, there's plant life, it's dark, there's just so much happening, and every time he comes at the end of that ride, I just scream with all of my might.
And your ride vehicle jostles you around more than what's probably reasonable.
So there are a few different Carnotaurus animatronics in the attraction Dinosaur.
Is it the scariest dinosaur in the ride? That's up for debate.
I think the one that chases after you mid-ride is actually a little bit scarier, but the one at the end has the like flashing lights.
That's like one of the best ride photos in Disney World is the Carnotaurus ride photo, because everyone always looks so funny.
And that plus like the fear that they've built up with Dr. Seeker screaming at you that the asteroids are about to hit, it's like the emotion that makes it so just jarring.
It's like when the Great Movie Ride was still... RIP. When the Great Movie Ride still existed, there used to be the section for the movie Alien. The actual alien used to drop down from the ceiling, and it was the scariest thing ever. And that's how I feel with the dinosaur.
Yeti!
The Yeti used to be scary. When the Yeti moved, oh my gosh, it was literally too powerful.
When the park first opened, the Yeti was in A mode, which is basically he's a full-on moving animatronic, would kind of like swing his arm and jump, you know, squat down, jump around, like roar, do all the things. But because he was massive,
it started to crack the literal foundation of the entire ride.
So instead of rebuilding the entire building, they had to switch the Yeti into B mode, which is now popularly known as Disco Yeti.
Formerly scary. That is the category for the Yeti. Formerly scary. Now, oh, it's the Yeti, Disco Yeti. Let's make a cute photo of it. It's so fun and cute. We'll put it on a t-shirt, the Yeti.
Another animatronic that I've not even thought about, and I feel ashamed for having not thought about this animatronic, is the Evil Queen animatronic. Where can you find her, or where can you avoid her?
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train Ride.
The very end of the attraction, you stumble upon the Seven Dwarfs cottage, and inside that cottage,
And they're having this lovely party with Snow White.
yodeladoo, yodeladoo.
And it's so beautiful.
But right outside the door is the Evil Queen, or in her old hag form.
I don't think she is scary. The Evil Queen is iconic. She is a queen. She looks amazing. She has a career. She has her own hobbies. Honestly, I think she's a role model.
I think this Evil Queen animatronic is scary. She's obviously a lot less scary than she was on Snow White's Scary Adventures.
She would turn around on Snow White's Scary Adventures and then pop up out of places. She'd just be popping up out of tunnels, and oh my gosh, I used to just be so terrified of her because she has that evil cackle and then bright green eyes, and it's
The Evil Queen, oh, the one that's at the door, the hag. Yeah, that's scary. I would say, oh my god.
I think Disney urban legends is what keeps the Disney fandom going.
I think urban legends are fun to think about. Are they super realistic? No.
There is no way Walt Disney's frozen head is somewhere at Disneyland or Disney World.
Basically, there's a rumor, a legend if you will, that Walt Disney had his head frozen when he passed, so that way when technology was capable of doing so, they could bring him back to life.
I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying that it's not possible.
If it were to happen, they actually did freeze Walt Disney's head and brought him back to life with technology, would he like what he saw when he came back to life?
People went as far to say that they called the movie Frozen, so that way when people Googled Disney Frozen, instead of Disney's frozen head popping up, it would be the now children's movie. I don't know if it's true. I think it's a super fun legend and I'm scared of it.
What would he think about that Winnie the Pooh horror film that's coming out?
Would I get my head cryogenically frozen? Maybe.
I just think it's preposterous. I can't even describe why it's so silly and ridiculous.
Maybe they can do it now, you know what I mean? But we're close to a time when you could unfreeze someone and probably put enough of their body into another body that you could make that person kind of who they were when they were originally alive.
There's no way I would be this. Guys, come on.
Okay, everything is possible. Listen, everything is possible.
It's not his head, it's his whole body.
Another one is the real skeletons on the Disneyland Pirates.
It's gone around and allegedly been said that when they first designed the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction at Disneyland, they included real skeletons and bones as part of the decorations and set dressing in the ride. And then later on that was cleaned out, phased out, and then they used fake, props in there.
But people like to do weird things. Some people make you can make diamonds out of people now, or turn people in. Can you turn people into tree seeds, or grow stuff out of people? You can do weird stuff with people when they die. I didn't expect to be talking about this that much.
Yes, I believe this. Absolutely, they used real skeletons and then they switched them out later.
And some people donate their bodies to science or museums and stuff like that. So you could donate your body if Disney wanted to use real skeletons. You could donate your body to Disney World. And I feel a lot of people would be yeah, I want to be the skeleton on Pirates of the Caribbean.
At one point they said that there were real skeletons. There's not anymore, but it's possible. Listen, I'm never gonna say it's not possible. I believe that they both could be true. we'll never know, or maybe one day we will know. When we see Walt Disney walking down the street. Now that would be scary. Wonderful, but scary.
In general, most of the urban legends that I hear about Disney are just so over the top and ridiculous that I just can't believe them.
I think there's a place for Disney urban legends. Are they legends? Are they real? Who knows?
First you have like spooky tales, which are in general very fun. But then you have spooky tales about Walt Disney World, a place that all of us are completely bonkers obsessed with. You've got yourself some very entertaining folklore.
I need to be like the Elsa animatronic that sings Let It Go. And then sometimes I'd be like, let it go, let it go. Your death will come in 26 days. Let it go, let it go. I will visit you in the night. Your dreams will be nightmares. Now go watch our episode on unintentionally scary lands in Disney World. See you there, and happy Halloween!